The following is a paid program brought to you by My Philly Lawyer. The views and opinions expressed are those of the sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the station and its management.
Good morning. Court Radio is now in session. Call 215-227-2727. When you've got legal questions, we've got the answers. This is Court Radio. And now here's your host, Dean Weitzman.
Good morning and welcome to Court Radio. It's Dean Weitzman and it is June the 20th. Happy Father's Day to all our fathers out there, all the grandfathers, all the uncles who have nurtured their children. Welcome back. It's Court Radio and it's going to be a beautiful Sunday today. But for the next hour, just hang tight and you'll get a chance to have your legal questions answered one at a time. All you got to do is give me a call at 215-227-2727. Yes, the explosion. That's it. Just give us a call at 215-227-2727. We'll get your question queued up and perhaps a quality answer. Well, there's a lot going on in the news this week that I want to talk about. First off, let's send our condolences to all the families and victims of the Orlando massacre. Locally, we had a couple folks who were down there. We had Patience Carter, a Fox 29 intern, who actually survived the massacre. But unfortunately, her friend with whom she was there, a West Catholic really graduate, Akira Murray, passed away from her wounds last week. And our condolences go out to all the families. It was really another cry for some sort of intelligent gun control. Nobody's taking away the Second Amendment. Nobody's saying that people shouldn't be able to own guns, but readily available automatic weapons without proper background checks at gun shows and whatnot. People who are actually being investigated by the FBI for possible terrorists' involvement shouldn't be able to get guns. They should not be able to buy, purchase, acquire guns. And why is it that the United States, of all the free countries in the world, has the absolute highest rate of death from gun violence? Because nowhere else are guns as readily available as they are here. If you don't see that connection, you're just fooling yourself. So the question is, if we want to, ultimately, it's not going to happen overnight because there's so many guns out in the world right now anyway. But the question is, if you want to ultimately, in a generation, perhaps have a safer America, perhaps we should be talking about some intelligent gun control and not being led down the primrose path by those who are making a profit selling guns. The gun manufacturers are the biggest supporters of the NRA, and it's that organization is just been blindfolded by the gun manufacturer industry. All right, that's my take on that. Let me know what you think about gun control in America. 215-227-2727, and the calls are coming. Have some patience, folks. I'll be right with you. There's a few more stories I want to get to. For one, another sad story. The little boy in Disney who was killed by an alligator as he was wading ankle deep in some water there, and in a lagoon. And the question I've been asked 1,000 times since then is, will Disney have civil liability? Will they be responsible to that family for that child's death? And I believe absolutely their liability is going to be questioned, and I think that there will be a cause of action against them for that child's death. I think that there was a duty to warn of the dangers specifically, and if you'll see now, there's signs up. You see now there's ropes cordoning off the area. That didn't happen before. I think Disney had the information that they needed to have in order to bring that safety about before this tragic event. So I think that there is, a duty on Disney's part to protect the people of the park. And in this instance, I think they knew or should have known of this danger and taken some steps to warn folks. And I believe if they had made those warnings, these people never would have let their 2-year-old wade in the lagoon where he was. So, and it's bringing a civil action isn't about strictly compensating the family for their loss. It's impossible to compensate that family for the loss. The question is, will Disney have a responsibility to protect all of us? And if we don't make them responsible, if they don't have a consequence from their failures, then they have no incentive to be any safer for you or I or anybody else who's in the park. That's what civil actions are all about. It's in making sure that people have consequences from their behaviors so that they learn to live in a safer and, safer fashion. 215-227-2727. We got more stories. It's been a busy, busy week in Philly, I'll tell you that. We officially have a soda tax. That's it. It's done. It's over. The sugary drink tax, whatever you want to call it. It's not even a sugary drink tax because I think they're taxing diet sodas as well. So, it's a a happy drink tax. Hey, listen, they tax alcohol up the wazoo. Why not tax soda as well? I don't know. I like the fact that we're the first in the nation. We're never the first in the nation for anything here. These politicians are scared of their own shadows. But finally, we have politicians who are trying something new. Listen, if it doesn't work, we can rescind the tax. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But we have a tax on drinks now, and that money is to be used for the benefit of children who have been the victims of all the advertising for sugary drinks. You think Coca-Cola and High C and fruit punches and all that stuff. Do you think that they aren't aware of the fact that they're advertising to little kids who are drinking this stuff and starting a life of reliance on sugar that ultimately ends up with diabetes? Type 2 diabetes is through the roof in America. We're all paying the price for that. Maybe they say that there are statistics that taxing these drinks will cause less of them to be drank. So we'll see how that goes. 215-227-2727. And the lines keep going. Let's talk to Mike from North Philly on line 3. Eric.
Morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you full. Yes. You have a comment. What's up?
Well, the comment that I have is about this gun control. It's not so much as the guns that's the problem. Why can't the government regulate the ammunition for the guns? I mean, if you think about it, out of all of the cars in the United States, there's not one license plate that has the exact same license plate number on it. And you can't tell me that the manufacturing of the ammunition, if they cannot regulate it and put some kind of a number, a registration number on each one of the bullets or some kind of code on the bullets or the ammunition for these weapons. This way, when something occurs, it can trace it back to exactly where they got it from, who purchased it. The same way as the automobile, somebody does a hit and run, and you follow the license plate number, and you can find out who it was registered to.
Well,
I don't understand how.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of thinking, I guess, is an improvement over no regulation. But that is kind of putting the cart after the horse. In other words, somebody's already killed somebody. They've already done damage, and all your registration is going to do is help maybe find that person. Though people, so I mean, I don't know. But on the other hand, Mike, I do think that making it more difficult to get, ammunition is definitely a good idea. I mean, if you have a gun, but if you can't put a bullet in it, then it doesn't have much point. But again,
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, in other words, therefore, if there's a reason for you to have the ammunition, who needs the ammunition for AK-47? You're not duck hunting. You're not going fishing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So there needs to be a reason that for you to purchase it for it to be approved.
Right.
The same way as getting a permit to carry has to be approved. They go through a questionnaire. If you were ever arrested, if you were ever this, if you ever, no, you cannot get it. So I think it should be some kind of regulation on the ammunition, more so, because it seems like we're fighting a dead horse with the gun control. The NRA kind of has more pull than anybody else, and it's not going anywhere. And every year the gun sales increase. And I just seen a documentary that there are more gun there are gun distributors, more gun stores in the United States than it is McDonald's and Burger King, I think, combined or something like that.
Wow. If that's a true statistic, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it was a documentary on not too long ago in reference to that. So to me, in my opinion, it just makes sense to try to regulate the ammunition more so than the actual manufacturing of the weapon. I don't know, just to have a start for something.
Thanks, Mike.
So have a good day.
Thanks, buddy. You too. That was a good suggestion by Mike. Regulate the ammo, and because he doesn't think. But the gun control lobby is strong enough that they'll fight anything, ammo, guns, you name it. They're fighting it like it's like their last breath. We need politicians who have some, nerve, some backbone, and that brings us around to regulating contributions. That crazy case that the Supreme Court decided that allowed corporations to donate as much as they want. That case needs to be looked at again, and maybe if we get the right court in there in the next presidential election, that'll happen. Yeah, I think we're gonna be heading in that direction. In any event, let's talk to Kaz from South Philly, who's got a comment as well. Kaz, welcome to Court Radio.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Is this your first call to Court Radio?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm happy to have you on. Welcome.
Yes, I'm a very avid listener, and this is the first time that I've actually called in. Then I want to talk about the child in Florida this morning. And initially reading the story and finding out that there was nothing preventing these people or allowing these people to know that there is, a high danger for the alligators to come up on the land and be in the surface areas like that. It's kind of hard to not know that they didn't have any warning signs up. I was a child living in Florida, Florida, and I can remember going out one morning to get in the pool, and my aunt actually stopped me because my uncle had forgot to put the tarp on the pool. And she said, wake him up so he can go check for alligators. You see a lot of stories where alligators are, coming up on land and looking across golf courses.
Kaz, I'm not sure. Are you saying that these folks, the parents of this child, should have figured out that was a risk by letting him go into the lagoon?
No, I'm saying that Disneyland should ultimately be responsible.
Absolutely. Okay.
To have had these warnings out initially, and also a little common sense on the part of the people to know we're in Florida. You gotta have some type
but
of
Kaz,
common sense that
you're in Florida, but you're in Disney World, Disneyland, and so you figure that these folks make it safe for you, and if they don't have warning signs or ropes up, I mean, I wouldn't have thought, hey, putting my toes in this lagoon is going to potentially end up where I'm going to lose my life. Because I figure that they have, they got these like chain link things that they can put into the lagoon around it so that no animal can come up onto the, land. I mean, there's things they could do and I would think as just an ordinary person that they would have taken all those precautions, and that this would be a safe activity, especially since there's no signs up.
I absolutely agree. And being as though a big theme park as Disney should have had gator nets and things of that in position.
Yeah.
So that you know your area. It's like living in a neighborhood. You know what type of dangers are in that neighborhood. So you take the precautions initially, and they should be held accountable if there was none in place.
Absolutely. I agree, Kaz. We're on the same page. Hey, listen, thanks for listening to Court Radio, all right? And keep on keeping on.
Thank you, and have a good day, Dan.
All right. That was Kaz from South Philly. My listener, Kaz. I like names like that, Kaz. It's a cool name. Not John or Joe, Dean, Dave. No, it's Kaz. You know the guy's cool just because of his name. It's just the way it is. So he starts out one step ahead. I got to work harder because Kaz is in the world. All right, I'm done. Kaz. Let's talk to Peggy from Lawnside, New Jersey, my first New Jersey caller today. Hi, Peggy. Welcome to Court Radio.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. You got that speakerphone on, huh?
Yeah, I'm actually driving in a car. In here in Jersey, it's the law now.
Oh, okay. Well, don't get into an accident while you're talking to me. That would be really bad for me.
Trust me, I won't.
Okay. What do you want to talk about, Peggy?
I just wanted to call in and say I totally agree with you on the point of the gun control issue. It makes me sick to my stomach to know that anytime Dick or Harry can just walk into anywhere nowadays, sign a piece of paper, and walk out with a gun. I just think it's totally ridiculous. There should be more laws in place, number one, here in America, for that. And like you said, there's no way that you should have somebody that's on an FBI watch be able to purchase ammunition and walk around in the streets as if nothing is wrong.
I get you. You know what, though? We have a responsibility, you and I, Peggy. We got to make sure when we start electing politicians that they think like we think. And I think it's important for us to know when we elect politicians, especially those who are going on to Congress or the Senate, the federal politicians, we have an obligation to make sure that they're pro, intelligent gun control.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
so November's around the corner. Let's make sure that we know their position. Are they getting cash from the gun industry, or have they turned that away and said, no, I'm not going to take that money because I believe in intelligent gun control. So that's just another kind of test that we need to put these politicians through to make sure that they're thinking like, because if you're sending them to Washington, you want to make sure that they're going to kind of do what you need them to do. And you need gun control. I need gun control. I don't want to be a victim of guns.
Neither do I. And I have grandchildren that are growing up in this society, and it scares me. Like, I don't even want them to grow up. Like, I am that terrified of them growing up out knowing that all of this is going on in this world like this.
Right. Yep, I got you. All right, Peggy, thanks for listening to Core Radio. Have a great Sunday.
You do the same. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yeah, gun control. Let's talk to Jay from West Oak Lane. Jay?
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
All right. What's happening in West Oak Lane today? I always try to hit somebody from West Oak Lane, so you're it today, Jay.
Yeah, you got them today.
Yeah.
My comment would be about the gun control law.
Yep.
I love history. In fact, in World War II, the Japanese never invaded America because not only did they have to worry about the military, but they also had to worry about the citizens, American citizens carrying guns also. So my thing is, I won't say that it should be legal or not, but I think that the country won't dismiss that the gun laws because they must worry about another country invading the United States.
Yeah, I think that's one of the top priorities. I wake up in the morning and I'm a little nervous because I think maybe Scandinavia is coming over to get us. I don't think, Jay. Come on. Listen, everybody's got a gun, right? That makes us safer. Did that stop Columbine? Did that stop Orlando? Did that stop the killing of the babies in school up in Boston? I mean, our people are being killed at like the greatest rate in the world. And we have all these guns. Like, why didn't somebody step up and kill the shooter in Orlando if everybody's got guns? No, everybody doesn't have guns. Just too many of the bad guys have guns.
Right. I see where you're coming from with that. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Well, I converted you then. So at least I converted you to thinking maybe, again, and I'm not advocating for the abolition of guns. Okay, we have a Second Amendment and a right to bear arms. I think there should be some intelligent laws that curtail that, make it more difficult for bad guys to get the guns while not disturbing the rights of hunters and people for self-defense and things of that nature. I'm not advocating for the abolition of guns by any means, so don't get that twisted, Jay.
All right, I understand. You most definitely did correct me with that point.
All right. Thanks for listening to Court Radio from West Oak Lane, and have a great Sunday. Happy Father's Day if you're a father, Jay.
No father, but thank you.
All right. Take care, buddy. I forgot to wish people Happy Father's Day. I'm sure Kaz, he has such a cool name. He's got to be a dad. My dad, Kaz. Kaz. All right. Well, let's see who we got here. Well, is there anything else I want to talk about before I take more callers? Yes. You heard about the soda tax. I guess, I'm not going to have to listen to the unions beeping horns around City Hall anymore, because that ship has sailed, guys and girls. It's over. And I'm sure that nobody's going to lose their jobs over the soda tax. I don't know. I just don't think that's going to happen, because I think people are still going to, they're going to buy a little bit less, but not hardly much at all, probably, Look at cigarettes. Tax the hell out of cigarettes. It's $10 a pack or something in Philadelphia. When I stopped smoking, it was like $4 a pack. Now I think you buy a Lucy for $4. That's funny, yeah. And what's up with, and listen, this isn't on the papers here, but is it me, or has the homelessness problem just exploded in Philadelphia? Exploded. It is absolutely impossible to walk around Philadelphia without having somebody on every single corner asking for money. And every single corner in downtown Philadelphia where I'm walking around, there is homeless people. And it's outrageous to me that we, as, like the richest society in the world, can't handle this problem. I mean, maybe some of these folks want to be homeless and they want to work the corners, maybe, but most of them would like 3 meals a day and a safe, warm place to live, and we can't provide that. It's just, it's like I said, it's like a steamroller here. It's getting worse and worse and worse. What happens when wintertime comes? It's just outrageous. We as a society in my opinion, put too much of our money in the wrong places. And I think that social services and welfare systems are important, because there's certain folks who just can't make it without that help. And either we're just throw them away then, bring them all to an island somewhere. But if we're going to not do that, then take care of ourselves, take care of each other. Anyway, I mean, that's just my thought for the day, because I don't know. I don't hear anybody talking about homelessness in Philadelphia enough. 215-227-2727. Let's talk to Patricia from Northeast Philly. Patricia, line 3. No? All right. Sorry, Patricia. Call back another time, another day. All right. We got Jay from Darby. Another Jay. Hey, Jay, welcome to Core Radio.
Thank you. How you doing today?
I'm well, thanks. Your question is important to me, so wrap it quick and smart.
Okay, I sold a guy a building. I held part of the note, and he started paying me. He had owed me like $30,000. He paid me maybe like $5,000 of it. He stopped paying me. I found out that he remortgaged the place. I wanted to know if I could get the place back or how I could get my money. We got a contract and agreement and everything.
Yeah, well, okay. So you're going to have to foreclose on the mortgage. I assume you took a mortgage and a note on your money. And did you have a lawyer help you with that paperwork?
Nah, I didn't put a mortgage on the property. It was just like a handshake and a written agreement.
Uh-huh. You know what I don't understand, and I don't mean this to be offensive, but you have a $30,000 deal, right? Why not spend, I don't know, maybe $1,000 and go get a lawyer to make sure that you're all protected and snug like a bug? Why would you go alone on that? Why? I don't understand why. It's an important decision. The answer is probably you're not going to see that money for a long time because, as you just said, somebody's got a mortgage on that property, and they probably would come before you in the order of priority. Now, I don't know if the property's value is enough to support your note, but what you have to start to do is to file a lawsuit for breach of contract against this guy on your note. Then you get a judgment. Then you would try to get that judgment executed against the property. And it's a long process. I mean, you're talking about probably a year and a half to get the judgment. You got to sue him in court. If he doesn't answer, then you might get a default judgment. It might happen quicker. But if he does fight you on it, it could be a year and a half process just to get the judgment, okay, or 2 years. And then you have to execute, which is a whole nother can of worms. Once you have the judgment in your hand, then you can send the sheriff over. You could try to sell it at a sheriff's sale. Now, of course, the mortgagor, the people who have the second mortgage on the property, they might come in and try to snatch the property ahead of you. I don't know how much their loan is. I don't know how much the property's worth and whatnot, but those are some of the things you're going to have to do. It's not an easy task ahead. Well, in essence, you've lent, I guess, is it a stranger or a family member?
Like a guy that buy real estate. I think he kind of bamboozled me.
Yep, sounds like it. If you have something of value, folks, and you're about to give it up to somebody else, unless he's walking in with a sack full of cash and it's a done deal and you're walking out, you should have legal representation. I don't say that because I'm a lawyer. I'm just saying that because that's the way it really is. And otherwise, you're going to end up like Jay. You're going to end up with a piece of paper that doesn't have a heck of a lot of meaning in this country. And it's going to cost Jay probably now $5,000 to $10,000 to try to execute, to get to the point where he can get a judgment and execute. Costs you way more in the back end than if you had just gotten the right documents in the front end, which is a mortgage, for one, a note and a mortgage, recorded so you're a first lien holder. As a first lien holder, you've got all the power. I know, you're speechless.
Okay, so even if he don't pay me and he already got a mortgage, there's no way I could even get my bill back. Because somebody else got it, and it's in front of me with a mortgage. Well,
again, it really depends on the value of the building and how much loans there are. But I would say that it's going to be an uphill battle. But I'm not telling you can't get it back. But you're going to have to spend money to get it back. And you're going to have to spend a lot of time to get it back, more importantly.
I don't got a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
All right. Well, then you need to hook up with a lawyer. And if you want a lawyer, you can always give my Philly lawyer a call during the week at 215-227-2727. And we can certainly sit down and talk to you about what's involved and how much it's going to cost and how long it'll take and things of that nature.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Take care, Jay, and have a great Sunday. 215-227-2727. Folks, you know what happens at this time of the day? We go to break. I'll see you back in 2 minutes. Keep those questions coming.
You were just hurt. It's not your fault. You're in physical pain. How do you get better? Who is going to help you recover? West Philadelphia Associates has highly trained doctors and staff that can help you today. Don't wait at a hospital. West Philadelphia Associates will work with your attorney, providing documentation of all injuries and the best plan for treatment to get you back to the life you deserve. With diagnostic studies to better detect injuries, West Philadelphia Associates doctors and staff will help you recover. West Philadelphia Associates, here to help you get better because you deserve it. Call 215-471-4714.
For 20 years, Center City Medical Center has provided premium expert medical services for Philadelphia. Whether you need musculoskeletal rehab or an immigration physical, call 888-945-EXAM. Our board-certified physicians have more than 80 years' experience from post-injury rehab to DNA paternity testing. To make an appointment at one of our 3 convenient locations, call 888-945-EXAM. Get premium expert care. Center City Medical Center, serving Northeast, North, and Center City, Philadelphia. If you've been injured on the job and are entitled to workers' comp, you need someone fighting for you from the start. Call Jeffrey Gross, attorney at law. Don't rely on your employer or insurance company to get it right. Call 215-512-1500. If you're entitled to workers' comp or it's being challenged, Jeffrey Gross can help get the money you deserve, and he won't get paid unless you get paid. Call 215-512-1500. Jeffrey Gross, attorney at law, representing Pennsylvania's injured workers for more than 20 years. You've had an accident and can't work, but your legal case seems like it's taking forever, and the bills are piling up. At ThriveVest.com, we're here to help. If you have a pending lawsuit, call us at 888-697-7352. ThriveVest.com has flexible solutions to get you money now. And if your case doesn't settle or you don't receive an award, you owe us nothing. Call 888-697-7352. ThriveVest.com. Get the money you need to get on with your life.
The following is a paid program brought to you by My Philly Lawyer. The views and opinions expressed are those of the sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the station and its management.
Need more legal answers? Here's more Court Radio with your host, Dean Weitzman.
Good morning and welcome back. I'm Dean Weitzman and this is Court Radio. It is Sunday, June the 20th. Happy Father's Day to all my fathers listening. All you got to do is give us a call, 215-227-2727. You want to brag about your dad or tell me some advice that good old dad gave you that you've appreciated throughout your life, by all means, jump on the line and give me a call. Let's talk to Teresita from Atco, line 2. Eric? Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Is it Teresita?
Yes, it is. This is Teresita. I'd like to comment about the sugar tax. Is that
Yes.
Is that the correct phrase for that? So I recently moved over to New Jersey about a year and a half ago, so I'm not a stranger to Philadelphia.
My condolences.
I actually think that this is a very good initiative.
Uh-huh.
However, I don't think that it will, like you said earlier, I don't think that people will stop buying the sugar drinks. I think that they will continue to buy it just as they do the cigarettes. You know, I believe that people do not take their health as important as they should. There's an initiative that I heard of about the Healthy People 2020 and the goals that the government is trying to make as far as, like, you know, having people to be more health conscious, and they're just not doing it. I really think that parents are allowing their children to be sedentary, and you have electronics and, you know, the games and all that the kids are involved with. There's so many other things besides the drinks that are causing the children with type 2 diabetes. I don't think that it's just the drinks. I think there's so many other aspects that are contributing to diabetes in children. But I do applaud the initiative.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's not going to happen overnight, but I believe that, you know, these are things that we need to do to start thinking about. Because before people change their behaviors, they have to change their thoughts. And
Absolutely.
so, you know, this maybe gets people to start. And I think there's probably less people smoking today than there was 30 years ago when smoking happened. I used to go to the movies and you would smoke in the movies. I mean, that's, in each armrest was a little ashtray. So, that stuff doesn't happen anymore. But you're right. It takes a long time to change behavior.
Absolutely.
All right, Teresita, thanks for calling. Thanks for your comments.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you for that topic because our health is so important, so I really appreciate that. Thanks.
Take care. 215-227-2727. Teresita's right. Our health is important, and we usually pay the price, as we get older. There's a lot of things kids can do, and they just keep on keeping on. But, when you can smoke when you're 20, and it looks cool probably, and it's, it's okay. You get up in the morning, you jog a mile, you have a cigarette. But when you're 50 and you're smoking and you're coughing up a lung, it doesn't look so good. So, we got to change our behaviors as we get older. We got to get smarter and safer for ourselves. And then, maybe we won't be on the heart and lung machine when we're 55 or have what do they call that thing when they have to take your vocal cords out and you're talking with a little machine to your neck because you got cancer of the throat because you smoked for 40 years, And I don't know, when I was a smoker, and listen, I've done everything, and I've stopped everything, okay? But when I was a smoker, I used to, at the end of my smoking, I would think that every time I lit up a cigarette, dudes at the tobacco farm were making a nickel on my death, Now they're making like $1 on your death or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's crazy. We got to be safer. 215-227-2727. I'm talking to my little daughter, Sophia, who's listening, too, with her mommy. Yeah. Hi, Sophia. Daddy's coming home soon. 215. Sophia, if you want to call, go ahead. She's 2.5. I don't think so. Yeah, we don't give her cell phones yet. She'll have a cell phone when she's 3. That's what they do here in America. At 3, you get a kid gets a cell phone, and they're off and running. All right. Start driving at 4. Erica from North Philly has an estate question. Eric, line 4. Good morning, Erica. Welcome to Court Radio.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Is this your... Hold on. Is this your first call to Court Radio?
Yes.
Wow. Have you been listening for long?
I do. Yes.
You're a stalker. You're just stalking me. But today you finally decided to show your face. All right. Good. I'm happy.
Yeah. So my question is, so my mother left me a house. She died. She left the house. And my sister was the executrix over it. I think the will was, she did furnish the will. And it did say that the house was left to me and that my sister was the executrix over the will. Who pays the real estate taxes on the house while she's the executrix? Is it me or her?
Well, until the house is transferred into your name, the estate itself, your mom's estate, would be responsible for the taxes and the upkeep of the property. Okay, so there should be an incentive for your sister to honor the will and to transfer it as quickly as possible. And now the question then becomes, well, what if mom's estate doesn't have any assets? What if she doesn't have any cash in the estate to pay these things? Then there's going to be a lien against the property when you get it. And so ultimately you'll have to pay it probably because you're the property owner. And, the taxes, the liens for taxes will set against the property, not against the estate. But again, to be technical, during the time before the property transfers from the estate to you, the estate is responsible for upkeep and taxes. If the estate has money, then that's cool and that's easy. But if they don't, then ultimately you're going to have to pay it. You want to get the property in your name as soon as possible.
Okay. All right. And that's it. Thank you very much.
All right, Erica, take care. Thanks for listening. Keep on listening and have a great Sunday. 215-227-2727. You know, that's the number. Not only, isn't this funny? It's not just the number for Court Radio on Sunday mornings. That's the number for My Philly Lawyer all week long. So you can just remember that one number, and you got your legal team behind you. No matter what happens, you give us a call first, and we'll listen. If we're not going to handle your case, if it's not big enough or small enough or this or that, blah, 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 we'll get you to somebody who's going to handle it right. Okay? So you're safe. Just give us a call when you need a lawyer. 215-227-2727. That's it. That's it. One number. Philly, Jersey, Delaware, wherever you are. Just call. Call. That's it. No problem. All right. Let's talk to, we got Erica. Oh, you know what? Let's talk to Patricia. She got back on the line, right? Line 3. Hi, Patricia. Sorry about that earlier snafu.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Thank you. What's up?
I had an insurance question. I was paying insurance for my job, and they said that they didn't get the check, the money order. I wanted to find out what's the time limit that they're supposed to give me for reinstatement. Because I never got a letter saying anything.
Yeah, it's not a law, but it's a term of the contract. So the answer to your question lies in your insurance contract. It probably is 30 days, but it could be 60 days and maybe even longer. But you have to turn to the contract in order to discover your rights. And because life insurance is a contract, most of your dealings with the life insurance company are going to be bound by the terms of that contract, not by the law.
Okay. All right.
I wish I could give you an easier answer this morning and let you put your mind at ease, but that the truth is that you got to turn to that contract and see. How long was it? Let me ask you that. How long have you been a policyholder?
Over, I'm going to say 10 years, 9 years, 10 years.
Okay. And how long has it been since you owed them the money for the premium?
October.
Whoa. Yeah, that's a long time. And they might not. But, with your job, usually you can. Well, I'm
no longer with the job.
Yeah. Well, it's time to go out and get a new life insurance policy then, Patricia. Yeah. All right. Thanks for calling Core Radio. Have a great Sunday.
You're welcome. Thank you. You have a good day.
215-227-2727. Let's talk to Katrina from Northeast.
Hello.
Hi, Katrina.
Hi, good morning. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Where in the Northeast are you?
Like in the beginning of it, like in between, like near Cheltenham and Albany.
Oh, okay. All right. I know it well. Drove through there every day on my way to work when I lived in Abington.
All right, yep.
All right. So now that we know where you are, I'll send the team out for you.
Oh, absolutely. I need them.
I'm going to send the legal team out there, Katrina, because you got some troubles.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do.
All right. Come on.
Okay,
share with us.
so-
Share.
Okay, so basically, in 2009, my cousin gave me a dog, which is a Yorkie, for my birthday. I flew down to Florida to pick the dog up, and I drove back, and I was in a long-term relationship for 12 years, which ended about 2 years ago. And at the time, I couldn't take my dog with me, so my ex and we made an agreement that he would take the dog, and I would, I could get him at any time whenever I was ready. Well, it's, been 2 years now. And I told him, well, hey, I'm ready for the dog, and, can I have him back? In the meantime, in between, within the 2 years, I was still paying for his grooming. I was getting his shots and everything. And he's refusing to give him back. So within the last maybe 2 weeks or so, he's been asking me for the dog shot records, I guess, so he could maybe say that he owns the dog or it's his. And he's telling me, well, I went to the SCCA. They're telling me he's passed on his shots. I went to Petco. They're telling me, and I'm saying, listen, the dog isn't passed on his shots. I had his shots done. Back in February of this year. Well, just this week, he went and got the dog more shots, his yearly shots, which was 4 months after I had the shots, I guess, so he can have paperwork So now my question is it worth maybe taking him to court to get the dog back? Like I have receipts and everything from the grooming salon. I have his shot records. I have everything.
Yeah,
and I'm also getting a statement from my cousin stating that he, gave me the dog as a birthday gift.
Right. And so dogs and cats are property, no different than cars or, your watch. And you can, and he's nothing more than a bailor. Like, he's holding this property for you. That does not give him ownership rights to the property. So clearly, if he was holding this dog for you temporarily, you have a right to the dog back. And yes, you could sue him. And but you could sue him. Now, there's two ways. Do you sue him for money damages, the value of the dog, or do you sue him to get the dog back? One way, you can do it in municipal court, money. Okay?
Right.
If you want the actual dog back, then you've got to go to the Court of Common Pleas, where judges have the power to order things like that, like, give back the dog. And so, but that becomes a much more expensive proposition and more time consuming. So in my way of thinking, just my way, Sunday morning on Father's Day, I'm thinking you sue him for the value of the dog. Okay, so whatever that is, what's a Yorkie go for? Like $1,500, $2,000? I don't know. You sue him for the value of the dog in municipal court, and he either pays you, but then he gets to keep the dog, or he says, "Whoa, I'm not paying you $1,500 for this mutt," and he gives you the dog back.
Right.
So it depends on how much he loves that dog. And if he if he really, really loves that, like he sleeps with the dog every night and he can't imagine life without his little Yorkie, then you might get some cash out of it.
Absolutely.
So, but you could do that, in municipal court in Philadelphia. You can do that on your own. You can just go down there and file for, just sue them. So that's what I
was thinking. And like I said, yesterday I was in a process of getting all my paperwork. I went to PetSmart. I went and got all my receipts.
Obviously, you don't love the dog as much as he loves the dog, because you let him have the dog for 2 years.
You know what it was? It was his son. It was involved. His son was like, "Oh, you're not taking the dog," and I said, "Okay, you can hold on to the dog for a little while."
You're being nice. You're being nice.
And I was being nice, and that's what people tell me. I'm always too nice. And now that I want the dog back, his theory is he's thinking, he's telling everyone, because we had so many. Like, I guess he's upset because we're not together anymore. I don't know, but he's telling everyone that I was upset that we came off of the car insurance policy together, which doesn't make sense at all to me. But I just want the dog back, and then that's it. But he
so wait,
he just
when you had let me ask you, when you had this dog, were you like, I don't know, one of those girls who carried the dog around with you in a little bag when you went to the store and stuff? Come on.
Yes.
Oh, I knew it. A name like Katrina, you have to do that,
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you got your little Louis Vuitton bag with your dog in it, and you walk in. Okay. Well, then, I think the dog's probably worth $2,500. So you go sue your ex, and you let us know how it goes, all right?
All righty. Thank you.
See you, Katrina.
All righty. Take care.
215-227-2727. We're talking dogs. But we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You were just hurt. It's not your fault. You're in physical pain. How do you get better? Who is going to help you recover? West Philadelphia Associates has highly trained doctors and staff that can help you today. Don't wait at a hospital. West Philadelphia Associates will work with your attorney, providing documentation of all injuries and the best plan for treatment to get you back to the life you deserve. With diagnostic studies to better detect injuries, West Philadelphia Associates doctors and staff will help you recover. West Philadelphia Associates, here to help you get better because you deserve it. Call 215-4 471-4714.
For 20 years, Center City Medical Center has provided premium expert medical services for Philadelphia. Whether you need musculoskeletal rehab or an immigration physical, call 888-945-EXAM. Our board-certified physicians have more than 80 years' experience from post-injury rehab to DNA paternity testing. To make an appointment at one of our 3 convenient locations, call 888-945-EXAM. Get premium expert care. Center City Medical Center, serving Northeast, North, and Center City, Philadelphia. If you've been injured on the job and are entitled to workers' comp, you need someone fighting for you from the start. Call Jeffrey Gross, attorney at law. Don't rely on your employer or insurance company to get it right. Call 215-512-1500. If you're entitled to workers' comp or it's being challenged, Jeffrey Gross can help get the money you deserve, and he won't get paid unless you get paid. Call 215-512-1500. Jeffrey Gross, attorney at law, representing Pennsylvania's injured workers for more than 20 years. You've had an accident and can't work, but your legal case seems like it's taking forever, and the bills are piling up. At ThriveVest.com, we're here to help. If you have a pending lawsuit, call us at 888-697-7352. ThriveVest.com has flexible solutions to get you money now. And if your case doesn't settle or you don't receive an award, you owe us nothing. Call 888-697-7352. ThriveVest.com. Get the money you need to get on with your life.
The following is a paid program brought to you by My Philly Lawyer. The views and opinions expressed are those of the sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the station and its management.
Need more legal answers? Here's more Court Radio with your host, Dean Weitzman.
Good morning and welcome back. It's Court Radio and I'm Dean Weitzman, and yes, these are my opinions. So there you go, not the stations. Let's talk to Terry on line 2, Eric. Terry?
Oh, yes, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
And what brings...
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I'm calling to thank you for the T-shirt and the other items that were shipped to me last week.
Oh, so nice of you to call back and tell me thank you.
Yep, it's a nice T-shirt. I had an opportunity to wear it yesterday out to one of those breakfast restaurants. A lot of people was asking me questions about the shirt. I got legal questions. And so I told them to listen to the show.
Just tell them you're Dean Weitzman. Tell them you're next time.
Did.
Yeah. Next time you just tell them you're Dean Weitzman. No, you tell them you're Terry. You tell them you're Dean Weitzman. Listen, wear it proud, Terry, and if you ever get seen by me, I just want to let the record reflect that if you're ever seen outside in the wilds of Philadelphia and I see with my eyes you're wearing my T-shirt, you got $100. $100 comes out of my pocket and into yours.
All right, I'm in Center City a lot.
All right, I'm going to hide. Take care, Terry.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Take care.
Thank you. I handle these things myself. Been doing. It's not my first rodeo. All right, let's talk to Fransom on line 4 from Northeast Philly. Hi, Fransom, and welcome to Court Radio.
Yes, sir. Good morning, and happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you too, Fransom. What's happening in your? What kind of name is? Whoa! I detect an accent. You're not from Northeast Philly originally.
No, I'm from Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been here for 39 years.
39 years, and you sound like the day. 29, and you sound like the day you came off the boat. Yes. You still have that wonderful Nigerian accent. I love it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little British and a little something, you know. It's but you know, I welcome you to the United States 29 years too late. You know, I don't know where I was 29 years ago, but I was not where I am today.
Thank you for being grown up.
So tell me, Fransom, what brings you to, what is this the first time you're listening to Court Radio, or do you listen frequently?
I've been listening to to this radio every Sunday morning when I'm driving, when I'm, everything. I listen to every comment and everything.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Before we get to your question, we haven't picked a Court Radio T-shirt winner today, but you're it, Fransom from Nigeria. So when I'm done with you, and I will be soon. When I'm done with you, I'm giving you back to Monica, who will get your address and send you a shirt.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So go ahead. Tell me why you're calling before we run out of time.
I've been having pain since 18 years ago. I live in Dallas, and I have my kids in Dallas. We have joint custody. Then my mother was pushing me to death, and I left state of Dallas to this place. And moreover, he sent my kids to his brother in California for 3.5 years, and I took her to court. The court found out that, you can't do that. Then at the same time, I went to court here about 2 weeks ago. The judge was about to throw her in jail. Then they said she should withdraw the child support case, in front of, the judge. The judge told her, Judge Johnson. Then he said, you took someone's kids to California for 3.5 years, you're defrauding that person and you are collecting some money. So, upon this thing, they keep on sending me the letter that, I still hold, the Philadelphia was telling me that, I still hold them, I still do this or something. They will revoke my license, they will do kind of threatening. And I called to Dallas. Dallas was begging me that, they don't enforce anything. They keep on sending me letter. I said, for her to defraud me for 3.5 years, they need to reduce that money and let me pay the back payment, I'm supposed to be paying for them. They refuse. And I don't know what to do about it.
Well, okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up quick. Unfortunately, you're talking about laws. See, certain laws are nationwide, but most laws are state by state. The law you're talking about, the order and the law, the judge, it's in Texas. Okay? And so you need to get yourself a Texas lawyer with one of them big hats, and a big cigar, big hat. You'll see him. And you need to find yourself a Texas lawyer who's going to handle this case down there. Because Dean Weitzman, I know everything about everything in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, the areas around here, but I don't know anything about anything in Texas. So,
what of the one in Philadelphia here?
What about what?
The one in Philadelphia here. They keep on, harassing me every day.
Yes, because Philadelphia, here's what's happening. Philadelphia, because of the unified child support laws, is merely enforcing the law in that the order and the judgment of Texas. So what you need to do is you need to get that handled down in Texas, because if they back down, Texas backs down, then Philadelphia will not have anything to enforce. But unfortunately, right now there's an order, there's an arrears, and Philadelphia will continue to hassle you until you deal with the problems in Texas. Fransom, I got to go.
Yes,
Thank you. Wait, now, Fransom, stay on the line. You're stay on the line. You're going to get your T-shirt for today's call. Hold on.
Thank you, sir.
Folks, we're just about out of time, but I wanted to tell you that Eric just, Eric had enough of Nigeria, and poor old Fransom got sent to the hung up land. Fransom, call back. You got 30 seconds. Hurry up and call back. Fransom, go ahead. Try it one more time. All right. We have a soda tax in Philly. Congratulations to the politicians who shocked me by actually being progressive. So unusual for politicians to be progressive in this state. Thank you for this soda tax. I love it. And folks, we'll be back next week, same time, same place.